Arsenal's transfer plans for the upcoming summer window are already heating up, and one player who could be at the forefront of the club's ambitions is Argentine forward Julian Alvarez of Manchester City. According to multiple reports, Arsenal are keen to bring the 23-year-old to the Emirates Stadium, and a deal that could exceed £90 million, €100 million, is being discussed in certain circles. While this may seem like a significant financial commitment for a club that is still working to establish itself as a dominant force in the Premier League, the Gunners are feeling increasingly confident about securing a deal for the player. The primary factor in Arsenal's confidence lies in the club's ability to leverage key relationships, and one of the most important of these is the strong link between Arsenal's sporting director Andrea Berta and Atletico Madrid. Berta, who joined Arsenal in 2021, has deep ties to La Liga's elite and knows the European transfer market inside out. Berta's close working relationship with Atletico's hierarchy is no secret, and it has proven invaluable in recent months when Arsenal have been looking to strike deals for high-profile players. But perhaps even more crucial to the potential success of this move is Berta's connection with Julian Alvarez's agent, Fernando Hidalgo. Hidalgo is one of the most well-connected and influential agents in the football world and has a long-standing relationship with Berta that dates back to their time together in Spain. These ties are believed to be a significant factor in Arsenal's ongoing efforts to negotiate terms with Manchester City for Alvarez, who has already established himself as a key figure in Pep Guardiola's team. Julian Alvarez, a rising star in European football. Julian Alvarez's rise to prominence has been nothing short of remarkable. The Argentine forward was plucked from River Plate in 2022, joining Manchester City in a deal that was initially seen as a future investment. However, Alvarez quickly adapted to life in the Premier League, earning significant playing time despite the competition for places in one of the strongest attacking units in Europe. His ability to play in various attacking roles, combined with his incredible work rate and finishing ability, has made him a standout talent at the Etihad Stadium. Alvarez's performances for Manchester City have turned heads across Europe, and it is no surprise that top clubs are circling. Despite being overshadowed at times by bigger names like Erling Haaland, Alvarez has more than proved his worth, scoring critical goals in both domestic and international competitions. His performances for Argentina at the 2022 World Cup further cemented his reputation as one of the brightest young stars in world football. His speed, technical skills and intelligence on the ball make him a versatile option for any top-tier club. It is clear that Alvarez's development under Pep Guardiola has been a game-changer, but now it seems that Manchester City may be prepared to let the forward go if the right offer comes in. City are reportedly willing to listen to offers, especially as the club's financial focus shifts toward other areas of the team. Arsenal's strategy for securing Alvarez. For Arsenal, landing a player like Alvarez would be a game-changing acquisition. Mikel Arteta's side have shown they are ready to challenge for major titles after securing a strong second-place finish in the Premier League last season and making a deep run in the Europa League. However, Arteta knows that further investment is required in order to keep pace with the best teams in England and Europe. Alvarez, with his dynamic ability to play as a central striker or wide forward, could be a perfect fit for the club's evolving tactical setup. The Gunners have long been linked with a new forward, especially given the uncertainty surrounding Gabriel Jesus' ability to stay fit for an entire season. Despite being a key figure for Arsenal since his arrival, Jesus has struggled with injuries, and Arteta is reportedly looking for a player who can challenge him for a starting spot, while also providing depth and flexibility in the attack. Alvarez could easily slot into this role, either as a central striker or alongside Jesus in a two-man forward line, a setup that Arsenal have occasionally deployed under Arteta. One of the most appealing aspects of Alvarez is his ability to play in multiple attacking positions. Whether deployed as a traditional number 9 or as a more fluid forward, his versatility allows Arteta to experiment with different formations and tactical setups. Alvarez's speed and ability to press from the front would also complement Arsenal's high-pressing, high-energy playing style. Moreover, Alvarez is a player who thrives under pressure, which makes him a prime candidate to make an impact at Arsenal. His composure in front of goal, coupled with his creativity and vision, allows him to operate both as a goal scorer and a playmaker. His link-up play with teammates is already at a high level, and Arteta is likely to be excited by the prospect of integrating Alvarez into his fluid, possession-based attack. The role of Andrea Berta in the deal. Andrea Berta's experience in negotiating complex transfer deals could be the key to unlocking a deal for Alvarez. With a long history of working in Spain and Italy, Berta knows how to navigate the intricacies of European football's elite clubs. His experience with Atletico Madrid, where he played a key role in bringing in high-profile players over the years, has given him a wealth of knowledge and contacts that Arsenal can use to their advantage. Berta's relationship with Fernando Hidalgo, Alvarez's agent, is another crucial piece of the puzzle. While agents are often seen as intermediaries in transfer dealings, their relationships with sporting directors can significantly influence the terms and speed of a potential deal. In this case, Berta's close working relationship with Hidalgo could smooth the path for negotiations and increase Arsenal's chances of securing Alvarez's signature. Atletico Madrid's involvement in the negotiations may also play a pivotal role, as Berta has strong ties to the Spanish club and could act as a go-between, facilitating discussions between Arsenal, Manchester City and the players' representatives. This makes Arsenal one of the most well-placed clubs to land Alvarez if they decide to move forward with the deal. The financials. Could Arsenal afford Alvarez? A £90 million price tag may seem steep for a player who has yet to fully establish himself as a consistent starter in one of the world's most competitive leagues. However, in the current market, £90 million could be considered a fair price for a player of Alvarez's potential and calibre. Arsenal have proven they are not afraid to splash the cash when it comes to bolstering their squad. Last summer, the Gunners spent heavily to bring in players like Declan Rice and Kai Havertz, showing that they are willing to invest in top-tier talent. Additionally, Alvarez's age and potential for further development make him a wise long-term investment. His market value could increase significantly over the next few years, and Arsenal would be securing a player who could be at the heart of their attack for the next decade. In terms of finances, Arsenal are in a solid position to make such an investment, particularly as they continue to generate revenue from their participation in the Champions League and from lucrative commercial deals. What does this mean for Arsenal's ambitions? Securing Alvarez would not just be a statement of intent for Arsenal, but also a sign that the club is ready to compete with the very best in Europe. While it is still early days in the transfer window, the pursuit of Alvarez underscores the Gunners' ambition to continue building a squad capable of challenging for both domestic and European titles. With Arteta at the helm, Arsenal have shown significant progress over the past few years, and signing a player like Alvarez could propel the club to the next level. For the player himself, a move to Arsenal would be a fantastic opportunity to play under a manager who knows how to develop young talent and who has a clear tactical vision. Alvarez would be joining a team on the rise, and his arrival could be the final piece of the puzzle in Arteta's quest to bring silverware back to the Emirates. Ultimately, whether or not Arsenal can finalise a deal for Alvarez remains to be seen. However, with Berta's links to Atletico Madrid, his close relationship with Hidalgo, and the Gunners' determination to bring in top talent, the stage is set for what could be one of the most exciting transfers of the summer. As always in football, the only certainty is that things can change quickly. But as the window progresses, one thing is clear. Arsenal are ready to go all in for Julian Alvarez. As Arsenal's pursuit of Julian Alvarez progresses, the situation is expected to intensify as the summer transfer window draws closer. With the Gunners reportedly in discussions with Manchester City, much of the focus is now on the negotiation tactics and the potential obstacles that could arise in what promises to be a landmark deal. While Arsenal's sporting director Andrea Berta has been instrumental in making the Gunners' case to Manchester City, there are several factors that could ultimately determine whether this deal materialises. Let's break down some of the major challenges and opportunities that lie ahead in Arsenal's pursuit of the £90 million rated Alvarez. The Manchester City factor. Will Guardiola let Alvarez go? One of the biggest questions hanging over this potential transfer is whether Manchester City, and more specifically manager Pep Guardiola, will be willing to let go of a player who has proven himself to be a useful squad member despite the star-studded nature of their attack. Since joining City in 2022, Alvarez has shown glimpses of his immense talent, even though Haaland has consistently taken the limelight. In fact, there are several reports circulating that Guardiola and the City hierarchy may be open to a transfer if they receive an offer that meets their asking price, which is believed to be at least £90 million, €100 million. However, this does not necessarily mean they will be keen to sell. City are a club built on depth, and Alvarez offers a valuable option in multiple forward positions. His ability to play as a central striker or in a wider role makes him an ideal fit for Guardiola's fluid system. Moreover, Alvarez has the kind of work ethic and technical quality that Guardiola values, and the manager may feel that his squad is stronger with Alvarez in it, especially considering the long campaigns that lie ahead for the citizens in both domestic and European competitions. For City, keeping Alvarez could be more beneficial than selling him, especially if they want to maintain their dominance on multiple fronts. If Manchester City does decide to part ways with Alvarez, it will likely be as part of a larger squad restructuring, especially if they plan to bring in new signings themselves. This in turn could open the door for Arsenal as the Premier League giants look to balance their books while reinvesting in other key areas of their squad. Atletico Madrid's role in the transfer saga. While Manchester City is at the heart of the Alvarez saga, Atletico Madrid's involvement in the negotiations may also be a significant factor. Andrea Berta's strong relationship with the Spanish club could play a key role in the negotiations, especially when it comes to finding the right terms for the deal. Atletico Madrid, one of Europe's elite clubs, is known for making shrewd moves in the transfer market, and Berta's experience and rapport with their management team could help smooth the way for a deal to be struck. It's also important to note that Atletico Madrid has an ongoing interest in certain players currently under the radar at top Premier League clubs. And if Arsenal can secure Alvarez's signature, it could open up opportunities for the Gunners to secure future deals with the Spanish side. Berta's ability to facilitate such agreements could prove invaluable in this context. However, Atletico Madrid's own financial situation could be another complicating factor in this deal. The Spanish club has long been involved in significant player sales and acquisitions, but with La Liga's strict financial regulations, they may not have the liquidity to make major moves unless they can sell assets themselves. If Atletico is looking to sign players in the same position or from the same pool as Alvarez, Arsenal could find themselves in competition with one of Europe's top clubs. The role of Julian Alvarez's agent, Fernando Hidalgo. Fernando Hidalgo, Alvarez's agent, will be another crucial figure in this transfer process. Known for his deep connections within the football world, Hidalgo has represented several high-profile players over the years and will undoubtedly play a pivotal role in ensuring his clients' interests are met. Hidalgo's close working relationship with Berta is likely to streamline the negotiation process, as both parties know how to navigate the complexities of top-tier football transfers. Arsenal, with Berta at the helm, would have an advantage in discussions with Hidalgo, which could tip the scales in their favour, particularly when dealing with the financial elements of the deal. However, as with any major transfer, Hidalgo will also be keen to secure the best possible deal for his client. This could include negotiating terms for Alvarez's wages, sign-on bonuses, and potential performance-related incentives. With top clubs also keeping tabs on Alvarez, Arsenal will need to convince both the player and his agent that a move to the Emirates is the best step in Alvarez's career development, Arsenal's tactical setup, and Alvarez's fit. When it comes to fitting into Arsenal's system under Mikel Arteta, Julian Alvarez would provide both flexibility and dynamism in the Gunners' attack. Arteta has shown a preference for fluid, high-pressing attacking systems, and Alvarez's work rate and adaptability would be key assets in this setup. Alvarez has shown that he is capable of playing in a range of attacking positions, including as a central striker, a second striker, or even as a wide forward. His ability to drop deeper into midfield and link play would make him an excellent fit in Arteta's possession-based system, where forwards are expected to contribute to the build-up as much as they are to finishing moves. Moreover, his technical ability and eye for goal mean he would thrive alongside Arsenal's other attacking talents, whether it's linking up with Bukayo Saka on the right wing or playing off Gabriel Jesus in a two-striker system. Alvarez could form a potent attacking partnership at the club. His understanding of the game and ability to read situations would also provide Arsenal with a versatile option in attack, whether they are playing against deep defending teams or when they need someone who can offer a creative spark. The key for Arteta will be ensuring that Alvarez's arrival complements the attacking system he has been building at Arsenal. Whether the Gunners use him as a backup to Jesus or as a starting forward in his own right, Alvarez has the potential to add a new dimension to the club's attack. Financial considerations. Is £90 million realistic for Arsenal? A £90 million, €100 million price tag is a significant investment for any club. And while Arsenal are not afraid to spend heavily, there are still financial considerations that need to be taken into account. With the Gunners still under the watchful eye of financial fair play regulations, the club must ensure that they manage their spending wisely to avoid breaching any financial rules. However, Arsenal's financial situation has improved considerably in recent years. The club's return to the Champions League, alongside lucrative commercial deals and sponsorship agreements, means they have the financial muscle to pull off such a deal. Moreover, Arsenal have proven in recent windows that they are willing to make significant investments when they believe a player can help them achieve their long-term goals. For a club like Arsenal, spending £90 million on a player like Alvarez could be seen as an investment in the future. At just 23 years old, Alvarez has the potential to be a mainstay in Arsenal's attack for the next decade, making the investment feel more like a long-term commitment rather than a short-term gamble. With this in mind, Arsenal may well be prepared to meet Manchester City's asking price if they can reach an agreement on personal terms with the player. The big question: will Arsenal secure Alvarez's signature? As the summer transfer window approaches, it remains to be seen whether Arsenal can finalise the deal for Julian Alvarez. The Gunners are undoubtedly interested in the Argentine forward, and with Andrea Berta's strategic relationships, Arsenal seem well positioned to get a deal over the line. However, Manchester City's willingness to part with Alvarez and the player's own aspirations will be pivotal in shaping the outcome of this saga. With clubs across Europe also keeping an eye on Alvarez, Arsenal will need to act swiftly and decisively to land their target. For now, Arsenal fans will have to wait and see whether the club can pull off what would be one of the most exciting transfers of the summer. If they do manage to bring Alvarez to the Emirates, it could signal the beginning of a new era of attacking brilliance in North London, with the Gunners looking to challenge both in the Premier League and on the European stage. As always, in football, nothing is certain until the deal is done. But Arsenal's pursuit of Julian Alvarez is a story worth following in the months to come.